think this is a murder. Promise not to tell. She was reading that.
Was this for school, or did she just
I
enjoy
don't know if that
reading?
was. It may have been for her reading points, but I mean, it wasn't a school.
This could be purely a coincidence, and I haven't actually read the book myself. This is from another user who's talked about the story. These are details of what the poster mentions about the book. Something that I find haunting in the book Liberty German was said to have been reading. Becky Patty mentions it right at the end of showing Liberty German's room in the James Renner video. Out of morbid curiosity, I recently read it. I wish I hadn't. Salient details. A 13-year-old girl named Tori is murdered while hanging out with other teens in the woods at night, while telling ghost stories about a girl named Dell who had been killed 30 years before, in a cabin, in the same woods. Tori is murdered because she is wearing a borrowed jacket that had a stolen sheriff pin on it that was a kill trophy belonging to the 19-year-old murderer who had taken it back from Dell after he murdered her 30 years prior. Although nude, Tori wasn't raped. Dell was killed because of an M tattoo she had gotten on her chest. The killer had given the sheriff's star pin to Dell, but took it back after he killed her. In both cases, the victim was strangled and a square patch of skin was cut from above their left chest. They were left naked, with their clothes neatly folded beside their body. It's eerie. From a review online, there is pretty much outright pedophilia in this book. Not like abuse, molestation, which would be perfectly acceptable themes to explore in a book for adults, but characters who are way too far apart in age having contact they simply shouldn't be having, presented in a way that suggests it's perfectly reasonable. You have a 10-year-old being made out with by a 14-year-old, then that same 19-year-old is sleeping with the aforementioned 10-year-old's 40-year-old mother. Now, 19 is perfectly legal, so there's nothing actually wrong with a 19 to 40 relationship. And yet that's the only one even vaguely suggested in the narrative as being inappropriate. Who gave her the book? Is there a connection to a teacher, social worker, distant family member, an ex-police officer who may have recommended her the book to read? A person who is an avid bookworm with a Goodreads profile? A person with some morbid curiosity with murder and dead bodies?